Hi, this is Karen, and I wanted to give you a very quick tour of the tools that BillTrack50 makes available in your free account. So to start with, after you register for an account, you're here on the Bill search screen. You can put search terms into the first line here, and then the second line is where you can narrow it geographically. So I'm going to go ahead and say COVID and unemployment. All right, so I want a bill that has these two words in it. So if I say search, it'll look through and find all the bills in the current sessions that had both COVID and unemployment. So then I've got 505 bills that have both those words. Now, if I want to see what has happened the most recently, I can click on the action date. First, it's going to sort it with the oldest on top. If I click again, I get the newest on top. So I can see what the latest actions are and who is still working on this topic. If I want to, I can use the filter. So if I hover over the name of a field, then I get these three little lines. So let me hover over state and use that filter. And then I've got some different choices. And I'm going to say that I want bills that contain CO as the state. So I'm going to look up Colorado. So that narrows it down right away to 9 bills. So now I can see the 9 bills in Colorado that have those two words on them. If I would like to look across the country, I can say, get rid of that filter. And then there's this little group thing above the grid. So I can drag the name of the field, state, drag that up into the grouping. And that will now group by the state name. And I can see how many bills are in each state, get a picture of what's going on, and then open any state to see what those bills were. All right, and you can subgroup and stuff like that by dragging more fields up here. Also, if you hold shift down, you can sort by several fields. All right, so I am going to go ahead and change this query now. I've got contains all right now, so I'm going to change this. This is a little drop down. I can change it to contains near. And so that's going to say COVID near unemployment. And that's going to be within about 10 words, so more or less in the same sentence, or at least in the same section. So I'll say, give me bills that have COVID near unemployment. So if I search for that, it's going to redo that search. And instead of 500 bills, I've got just 177. And again, I can see what's going on. And if I look for my Colorado bills, then now I've got 3 instead of 9, where those words are actually close to each other. Okay, I can also change this near to any. So that is saying any bill that says COVID or unemployment. Any one of these words is good enough. So that's great when you have some different words that all are like the same basic topic that you want. So I could say marijuana and then marijuana with an H and search for both of those at the same time by using this any. And okay, so I did that search and now it's giving me, this matched 6,730 bills. So we're going to show you the top 1,000 from the current session. And that's the limitation there. But if I really am just interested in my state, Colorado, then I can add that to the search. And now I've got all 38 bills from Colorado that meet my words. All right. So that is how the grid can work and help actually get you some information and draw some conclusions right from the grid. But of course, you might want to read the bill. So if I am curious about sick leave for employees, I click on the bill and that'll take us to the bill detail page. So this is the progress of the bill and these light up as it goes through this process. So if you come in during the middle of the year, then it'll just be partially filled in. You've got the basic information about the bill and the sponsors of the bill and a link to the state legislature website where you can get even more information about the bill. We've got, of course, the bill text itself and things that are underlined or things that are being added and things that are crossed out or things that are being removed. The actions, just the journey of the bill through the process and where we're at currently. And the votes are, not surprisingly, that turns out to be the votes. But if we're curious, like about the House third reading of the bill, I can click on the detail and that'll show me by party who voted yes and by party who voted no. So that'll give me a little bit more insight about the bill. And then the individual legislator votes. So I can sort by any of these fields. You can sort in any of our tables just by clicking on them, like you would expect. All right, so that's the votes. And then the documents are links back to the state legislature website, along with links to the official documents in case you would like to send this bill to somebody for them to know about. All right, so that's the basics there. We also have our legislator information. So you can get to the legislator search just by clicking the legislator search over here. Or if you're on the bill search, then notice at the top, the bill search is here and the legislator search is here. So you can always just get right there. So you can search by name for a legislator, or you can click on a legislator anywhere from the bill tab. So if you're looking at a bill and you see the sponsors, you can click on a legislator name right there, or you can just type in the name of somebody that you're interested in seeing, and it'll give you all of the people with that name. And you can just put in whatever part of the name that you know, and it'll give you it'll search for that information across the country. So here we go. And you can then narrow down by state. So if this is giving you too many results, you can keep narrowing down, just like you could with bills. And then, of course, you just click on the person if you want to go see their info. So the legislator info will have different ways to get a hold of them, their address, links, including a Ballotpedia link so that you can see their last election results. And then, the information that you would expect. So the bills they sponsored, the votes they've taken, the committees they're on, which also has who else is on the committee. So when you're looking at a bill, if the person who sponsored it is on the committee it's in, that's interesting information. Some staff information to help you reach out if you are so inclined, and just some basic bio information. So hopefully everything you need to now reach out to this person and tell them what you think. All right, so that is a little bit of information about how to use the BillTrack50 tools to search, to get some information, and then to dive into the details. I hope that's helpful. Thanks.